What are we going to talk about today? I don't know. The great fish moves silently through the night water, propelled by short sweeps of its crescent tail. And so it begins. The book Jaws by Peter Benchley. And this is a book that I want to talk about a little bit. I'm unboxing Suntup Edition's numbered edition, and I'm late. And sometimes it's better never than late. But sometimes I just do what I do. So I'm late. This book came a while back. I was gone. I came home and then I was busy. So now I get to unbox, get that mother out. But before I do that, I want to talk just for a moment about the book Jaws by Peter Benchley, because I think there's just a lot of stuff being repeated about the book by people who maybe are not giving it a fair shake. A lot of folks have told me the book is not nearly as good as the movie. A lot of folks have said the book is not very good. Here's the deal. A lot of those folks that have said those things didn't read the book. They're told that the book's not very good. And a lot of folks did read the book, but whatever. I read the book. I love the movie. I've been watching this movie almost my entire adult life. 46 years old. Jaws has been a part of me for my whole life. Great movie. Love it. I watch it often. Just a couple years ago, I went to the movie theater to watch it. It was amazing seeing it on the big screen. I love the movie. Almost a perfect movie. It does have its flaws, though. But this is not about the movie. This is about the book. Here's the deal with the book. I loved the book. And I think it's just because I can empathize with flawed people. Because guess what? I'm a people and I'm flawed. And I think I can empathize and I think I can still dig it, man. And so the book goes, we have Martin Brody and Ellen Brody, husband and wife, the chief of police for the town of Amity. And this is not a book review, but there's some of the stuff. Their marriage isn't great. The movie has their marriage more like great. Martin Brody is a great guy. Ellen Brody is a great woman, a great mother, a great wife. They're great people. They're almost idealized. In the book, Martin Brody is a guy that tries to be a great guy, but life has kind of beaten the goo out of him. Age is telling the tales. Nobody beats Mother Nature, and age is starting to wear on him. It's starting to show he's not the man he once was. He's never going to be the man that maybe he expected he'd be. Meanwhile, he married a younger woman who is so beautiful. In his description, she's very, very beautiful woman. A head turner when she walks in the room. He's not a head turner when he walks in the room. He's older. It talked a little bit about gaining weight, bald spots, stuff like that. So a guy that is starting to see himself maybe be diminished. He's not the man he thought he was. At the same time, his wife kind of reminds him what she gave up to be with him. She came from money. She gave up that life to marry him, a policeman, a patrolman at the time, and live on Amity as a year-round folk. She's not part of her upper-end class that comes in, the summer folks. And she's kind of depressed about what she's given up, and it rears its head from time to time. And he knows this, and it's caused a lot of problems for him. Meanwhile, Hooper comes to town to help with the shark. Hooper's not the great guy. In the movie, he wasn't a great guy. He was just a neat guy, a good character. You don't really hate the guy. He's right, but he's also doesn't handle people the best way. In the book, he's not a great guy. He's intentionally going after somebody's wife. And Ellen Hooper is an adulteress, and she's flawed. And Chief Brody, he suspects his wife's cheating on him, and being beaten down, he acts out in some situations. And suspecting his wife, he acts out in some situations. But I can empathize with that. I can empathize with the fact that when you feel like things are falling apart, you might not act just right. But at the end of the day, he's a kind of a guy that tries to do things the right way. He tries to do what's right for the people, what's right for the town. And that means not necessarily what's right financially for the people all the time, but he's trying to do the right thing, and he's caught in the middle trying to figure out what's best for everybody, what's best, keeping them from going broke, keeping them from starving, or keeping them from being eaten by a shark. So he's trying to do what's best by all parts, and it's not always working right. Anyway, I like the book. I like the book a lot for what it is. It is different. The ending is different, and I like the ending in the book as well. So I would just say this: don't listen to everybody saying the book's bad. If you haven't read it, read the book. It's a great book. And at the same time, don't read the book thinking, I like the movie and I want the book to be like the movie, because it's different. It's different. Give it a shot. Give it a fair shot. Read it with the blinders on. I'm reading a book. I'm reading this story. I'm not reading a novelization of a movie that I love. Anyway, that's a lot of blithering and blathering, and I don't know if it made any sense. But let's talk about Suntup editions. I ordered already and got in place the Jaws Artist Edition from Suntup Editions, and it's a beautiful creation. I do like it. I got a video up. You can watch it there. But this is the numbered edition, and I'm excited to have it in the house. Jaws numbered edition is delivered. It is here. A couple things about this box. Number one, you look on the tape there, and you can see, what is that? It looks like a shark fin on my Jaws numbered edition. Just one of the interesting little touches that came with this edition, and we'll see more. So the Suntup stuff. Look how big this box is. It's an oversized book. Its dimensions are taller and wider than the typical Suntup book. And just being honest, myself, I prefer a slightly smaller package in a book because of the shelves. I can't stick, my Jaws numbered edition book would go right here, but I can't put it here because it doesn't fit on my shelf. So I have to put these oversized Suntups in a taller space. So for that reason, pretty much that reason alone, I wish they were a little bit shorter. But that's a very selfish way of looking at things, just the way I am. A lot of people love and lust after the oversized books. Additionally, look what Suntup Editions does. They protect our stuff, and this foam, blue foam, is atypical for them, but it matches the subject matter. And I've got mine upside down, so that foam on top really protects your book to help make sure that when you get it in the mailbox, it is in tip-top shape. This one comes with limited premiums and a very neat, slightly metallic silver color with the blue. We'll open that up and take a look and see what we get in our limited premiums. We have multiple artists represented here, and so in our limited premium collection, we've got a couple of bookmarks. And the Suntup bookmarks I really love. They are phenomenal. This first one here is illustrated by John Anthony DiGiovanni, and we'll show you this original artwork for this Suntup edition. Very nice. Set that here so I don't lose it. And the other one here, illustrated by Roger Castell. And this is, if you haven't seen anything about the movie Jaws or the soft cover book, and here's an example of a ratty old paperback book, that artwork looks a little bit familiar, doesn't it? So great bookmarks. What else do we have in our limited premiums? I just like these things. That's neat, and I'm sure glad to get them on this edition. A larger picture of that iconic imagery. Just amazing artwork. I think this is probably somewhere in just about every person's brain that's ever watched TV or movies in their lives. And then here, beautiful work from John Anthony DiGiovanni. So these limited premiums, just to compare them in size, To the bookmarks, nice stuff. I've seen a lot of people framing such things and all that, and I probably at some point will find a better way to display them. Typically, I end up putting them in a box with a lot of other Suntup editions, keepsakes, and that's what I'll do at this point in time. And a little letter from Suntup, basically explaining that this book is crafted with genuine leather. And as often happens with genuine leather, and I've got this example from a variety of publishers, including Lyra's Books, there's going to be imperfections in the leather. And they're telling us to perhaps expect imperfections in the genuine leather used in the book Jaws. But further inserted in this box, let me show you where I get this junk from, this stuff from. Don't say junk. Anyway, stuck down in here was a 1.6 inch great white shark porcelain from Little Critters. A beautiful, nice additional touch. Stuff like this I like. It can sit right here in front of my books and just ties the room together. And then for what we've all been waiting for, this book, it's in a phenomenal looking capped slipcase with a printed wrap. The artwork, charcoal illustration from Robert Longo. And let's open it up, get it out, see what it looks like. Very nice. This is one already. It looks better in person than it did in the pictures. But let's open it up. Let's take a look here. First of all, make sure my beautiful capped slipcase is in the condition that I hope and expect. Already getting fingerprints on her though. And it looks so nice. So that's what it'll look like sitting on the shelf. Jaws, Peter Benchley, Suntup editions. Just beautiful. But take a look at this artwork. Man, that's nice. I don't know if I've got any books with a slipcase that just looks this good. So this is a special edition. Let's take a look and see. It doesn't quite fit on the shelf here. So like before, like with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, numbered and artist and the Jaws artist, it's going to have to go up here on the top shelf where it can be tucked and fit. In a capped slipcase, let's just show what we're talking about with a capped slipcase. I got to get this cap off, but the book slides down into this bottom portion here, and then this top part slides down over the top there. So this almost feels like some sort of silk material. I don't know what it is. It's bright blue and looks beautiful. And there's the inside of our top of the capped slipcase. Suntup has done something like this, but they've all opened this way. Never like this. But now, when you take off the top of the capped slipcase, we have a bonded leather shark fin inserted into the top. The top quarter of this is bound in goat skin. So let me take it out of our bottom of the capped slipcase there and show you what we got. So they call this quarter bound Japanese cloth. So the Japanese cloth in this one is beautiful, but it is the bottom portion where the top portion is goat skin, genuine leather. And you can probably look and see imperfections in the genuine leather. Like I said, Lyra's Books, I got one right up here. A nice book. You got imperfections in the genuine leather. And look at the spine. Golly bum. Just looks so good. This is a beautiful golly bum. You ever hear that before? Where I come from, they say golly bum. Anyway, just look at that beautiful book. So nice. Look at the sheen. I just dig it. I dig it the most. This is the one I've been waiting for. One of the most exciting editions from, holy cow, for my collection. I've really been looking forward to this. And these are handmade cotton rag paper end sheets. Just beautiful. And it feels like cotton. The feel of cotton, the fabric of your life. That's what it feels like. It's so nice. So nice. The frontispiece, just amazing artwork here. Let's flip to the back. Jump right to the thing. Let's look at our signature page and see what she'll look like. So mine is copy number 37. It is signed by Wendy Benchley and John Anthony DiGiovanni. Wendy Benchley, if you, I don't need to do this whole history lesson here, but Wendy Benchley, the wife of the novelist Peter Benchley, looks here, somebody did a chomp, an activist, and as it says here, Wendy Benchley has written the foreword for our book. Let's take a look now. What I want to see is some of these beautiful illustrations. So the foreword there, 2 colors. And man, look at here. It looks good. What you're reading, I wanted to show you the illustrations, but here's what I read. I open this book up and it looks good. Nice, bold typeface and easy to read. I don't know what you call the font on here, but it looks good. The kind I like to read. Nice and bold. The pages are pretty white, not pure stark white, but pretty white. And they're thick. Man, they feel good. This paper is Mohawk Loop, and it's printed offset. Let's look. I'm going to pull up some of our illustrations here. Suntup editions books are usually chock full of illustrations, and this one's no different. Typically we're going to look at 6 illustrations, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know if that's a rule, but I'm usually expecting 6. 6 is good. Let's take a look at all of these beautiful illustrations. Some of the things that I have grown to expect from fine press publishers are these amazing illustrations. And it spoils me because nowadays when I buy limited edition books and they're missing illustrations or they're not well illustrated, I feel like I've got something less. Whereas before publishers like Suntup Editions started spoiling me, I didn't expect so much from books when I bought them. So that's just the way it goes. Maybe you're better off never having the finest things in life, because when you do, you eventually get to the point where you're less tolerant of those lesser things. But some of the cool stuff in here in the back, bonus content. The original type title page on which Benchley crossed out the original title and pinned in the title Jaws. Just some of the stuff in here. Additional materials in here. And quite a few. I've got quite a few pages to go before I get to the back of the book. Some of the other possible titles that were thrown out there for this book. What else? A letter from Peter Benchley to David Brown, who co-produced the movie Jaws with Richard Zanuck. What else do we have in here? Excerpt from Peter Benchley's book Shark Trouble, his personal account of writing the book Jaws, selling the movie, and working with Steven Spielberg. That's a story I need to read. They had that in the artist edition, I believe, and I hadn't gotten to it. And then some additional artwork. Roger Castell preliminary sketches for Jaws. That's cool. Why cover them up? Let's not cover them up. And then, of course, the Roger Castell iconic painting used on the original paperback and film poster. Just phenomenal. Just phenomenal edition. This may be the best book in my collection. I don't know. It's hard to say. It might be there, though. It's up there. It's one of the ones I was most excited about. Suntup Editions delivered. They got me a book that I really, truly dig. Worth the dough. And I can think of no more lies to tell. I can think of nothing bad to say. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. Say la vie, baby. Doo-doo.